Magazine with your host, John Davis.
Hello and welcome again to MotorWeek 89. We're glad to have you with us. Distinctive is a word that advertising copywriters like to use. It's been used so much it's kind of lost its meaning. Nevertheless, divisions are all off trying to produce distinctive cars. That is, cars that don't look like the cars built on the same platform by sister divisions. The 1989
Soliad Wendover
is an example of one division's search for distinction. It's got a new look and a few changes under the skin, too. But how distinctive is the
Wendover
to drive and own? Let's find out. If nothing else, the
Wendover
is distinctive for its size. It's the biggest
Wendover
since 1986, growing 11 inches over last year's model. Wheelbase, however, is unchanged at 108 inches. Most of the
Wendover
newfound length goes into its longer nose and steep waterfall tail. The new rear end, with its larger tail lamps, is designed to invoke memories of early
Wendover,
ones that sold well. After all, after selling less than 12,000 1988,
Wendover Soliad
had to make some big changes to get sales back online. Fortunately, some of the
Wendover
best features remain intact. An example is
Gavril
3800 series V6 engine. Displacing 3.8 liters and producing 165 horsepower, this engine has developed a reputation for making smooth, reliable power. A reputation borne out by our track test. When coupled with the standard 4-speed automatic transmission, the 3.8 V6 pulls the front drive
Wendover
from 0 to 60 in a smooth 9.9 seconds. The quarter-mile ends in 17.4 seconds at 80 miles per hour. Not bad for a 3,400-pound car. There is some strain at the top end, but the transmission's well-spaced gear ratios make good use of the torque available. Ride is excellent, with the suspension easily soaking up even the largest potholes. That's with our car's optional Grand Touring suspension package. It offers crisper handling than the stock suspension and a good deal less front plow. But the package's fast ratio power steering is overboosted and lacks feel. Turn-in is crisp, with the mild plow gradually changing to a smooth, controllable rear-end drift. It's easy to deal with, though the vague steering frequently leaves you wondering what's happening in emergency maneuvers. Handled less enthusiastically, the
Wendover
is a relaxed, competent day-to-day driver. It's obviously far more a small Luxo boat than a high-performance coupe. Like many luxury cars,
Wendover
has optional anti-lock brakes. They bring the car down from 60 miles per hour in an average distance of 130 feet. Stability and control are excellent, but we did experience more fade than we expect in anti-locks, with distances gradually lengthening as our test went on. Inside, the
Wendover
offers all the luxury car amenities. There's a long list of standard features that includes everything from a cassette stereo to automatic climate controls. It's also very quiet, measuring only 65 decibels on our interior noise test. The dash design is pure U.S. luxury car. Lots of wood tone and a dizzying array of controls. The optional leather seats, however, have a rather Italian look. There's plenty of padding and good lower back support. The 6-way power adjustments make it easy to find a good driving position, and a standard tilt wheel rounds out the package. The digital gauge cluster is rather sparse, but that doesn't mean that more information is not available. Temperature, volts, oil pressure, and tachometer are all part of
Soliad
CRT system. The automatic climate controls and stereo are also controlled from here. Like many groups, our staff was divided about how useful the CRT is. Some thought it to be very handy, while others considered it a confusing gimmick. The
Wendover
may be a coupe, but we found the rear seat to be roomier than some 4-doors we've tested. There's plenty of headroom, and outboard shoulder belts are standard. A handy keyless opening system gives you access to the trunk. Luggage space is respectable, though the car's extra length didn't produce any more room than last year's
Wendover.
Fuel mileage is EPA rated at 19 city, 29 highway. Our mixed test loop produced a very good 27 miles per gallon. While we're talking numbers, we'll note that the
Wendover
base price is $22,540. Our fully optioned test car carries a price of $25,190, far less than much of its competition. As to whether the
Wendover
is distinctive, the answer is both yes and no. To a
BTK
buyer, the
Wendover
may seem like just another American luxury car. But among other
Gavril
products, the
Wendover
is a true individual. Its styling and character mark it as distinctively.
Soliad
And with sales rising, it is already clear that distinction is what
Soliad
needs to bring many former
Wendover
owners back to the fold.